Yay.
What up?
It's Thursday.
Jazz hands.
I'll get it on some jazz hands. Justin, you're gonna do at least a jazz hand. There we go, a jazz hand.
Single jazz hand. Just one.
And a pinky.
And a jazz pinky.
Jazz pinky. Is that Cupcake I hear in the background?
Yep.
She giving you orders?
No, she's talking to stepdaughter.
Okay. Cool.
So, what a week.
Happy birthday to John.
Huh?
Yeah.
I said happy birthday to John.
Oh.
Oh.
Wishes you happy birthday, John.
Thank you. Thank you
Did
so
he just have
much.
his birthday?
Hmm?
Yesterday.
You just have his
Yep.
birthday?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
Yesterday.
yesterday he did.
Okay.
He's on vacation all week. That's his birthday.
That
We didn't
is
get the
my
We didn't
my
get to
birthday
bug him
gift
all
to
week.
me.
His eyes all grizzled.
Unless you're
Yeah.
the waterfront staff today, which was hilarious.
Oh,
Listen.
I'm shocked. I'm so shocked.
I would just like to not have to text at all.
No, the best part was like yesterday, or it might have been this morning even. Hibbard was like, "Hey, I want to do this thing for this collection." I'm like, "That's cool, but can you text Scott through Sunday because I'm on vacation?"
He never told me. Why didn't he tell me? All right, well then that one's on him for not telling me.
Yeah. And then you did something very similar today, so it's pretty funny.
Yeah, it was for a collection, yeah.
Right.
If
Yeah,
he
that
would've
was
told me,
hilarious.
I would
It
have
was pretty funny.
But to be fair, we got a big collection in the mills, but we didn't
Oh, yeah?
bother John. We bothered
went right-
Todd.
right-
that's
Todd's-
even worse.
Todd's half a continent away. You need to go bother him. So.
he doesn't
Well,
want to deal
to
with
be
it.
fair, we had to notify him because it was a fair amount of money.
Oh yeah,
So yeah,
sweet. Oh, was
Every
this the
time-
dual lands?
yeah, it was the dual lands and all
Nice.
the old school revised magic cards.
Every
Inch thick
time-
stack of awesome magic cards.
Mhm.
Whenever
And
we
the-
send him a message, he'll just I mean, you're using the same method I would, so like there's no reason to like to text me. Like, I trust you, you guys are doing good. And then John's in the chat and I'm like, well, that's just what the procedure is. And John's like, yeah, they're just following procedure, Todd. You have to stick with procedure. He's like,
Considering he's the one that made those limits, yes, you have to exactly do that. Yes, I mean, I can willy-nilly spend his money if he wants, but I'd rather not get yelled at about it later.
Only if you spend it on beer.
That's fair. That's
If you spend it on
Very
beer,
fair.
you will not get in trouble.
that's
So
very fair.
anything you spend money on, just buy a case of beer with it, and then you are covered.
Like it's
Right. Right. It's all I need to do all the time. All right. So we only have really a couple things coming up. So we have Evil Dead the musical is hitting town. It already started last weekend. I will actually be ushering it the 15th, 16th, I think, those 2 nights. So come out and check out that. It's at the West End Canopy. It is probably the funnest, one of the funniest musicals I've ever seen in my life. If you're an Evil Dead fan, it's a necessity to see. There is a splatter zone which you can sit in, which is super cool. And
did they tell you like you had to wear a certain attire to usher?
I asked, they were like, it's outside, just dress for the just for the weather. Because
Did
it's
you get like
outside.
a glowy wand to like the
Oh, I hope so. Or a
That would be
flashlight.
Just steal
Like a
that
big,
if you can.
big old mag light.
Yeah.
So that
that'd
means
be
what?
awesome.
Later in the week of you ushering is the week we have cosplay karaoke, correct?
Yeah, right after that following
nice.
Wednesday, we have cosplay karaoke, which is Magic and Monsters. So make sure you come check that out. That'll be a lot of fun. That's at the Hard Rock.
Don't just
Yeah,
come
if it-
check it out. Participate.
There you go.
No, you can just come and watch. That'd be fine.
No, John.
dude. The
Hey.
last 3 of these we sold out before we started. I'm not really worried about participation. I'm more worried about people coming to watch the participants because it's a
Yes.
lot of
Well,
fun.
The more
So.
participants, the more they'll watch the other people that are participating, and then they'll get to go.
Says the guy who's never been to one. Come on.
John, I'm extending the invite. You're saying to everyone, and I'm saying not just to watch, but to participate.
That was a good one.
Fair.
So-
And then that Saturday after that on the 22nd, we have 2 things going on. We have Fear Fest, which is our thing up at the warehouse. There's going to be some really like spooky vendors, like some dude is selling bones. Another dude has t-shirts. Another dude is serial killer memorabilia. So
Ooh.
Don't
lots of
go
cool
to the
stuff.
guy
Check
who
that out.
has bones wrapped in t-shirts, though. Stay away from that guy.
yeah, that
If
might
you find him.
that might not
Yeah.
be good. And then earlier in the morning, you can go to Pop Culture's Pittsburgh Comic Swap that we will be set up at, and I will have stupid, amazing Spider-Man books and a couple more extra stupid books there too.
Nice.
So come check it out. It's gonna be a lot of fun. I will let you high five Justin all day long for free. So actually no, for $1.
So I get to use my
Goes
discount.
to the Heroes Initiative. If we're going to do
Yeah,
this,
Right. So could be a good time. And then after that, that last week of October, guys, don't forget, like, I won't be here because we have Baltimore Comic Con and the Summit, but we do have a guest. Brandon from Dismay Comics will be on next Thursday, so that'll be a good time. And I think Tim, you said you couldn't make it, so that
Yes, correct.
all right, that'll work out.
So that'll even out. It won't be as crowded.
I like it though.
Well,
it was fun last year. So
The 22nd, Ron. It's not the last Saturday, but the one before that. I believe it's a Saturday. It might be a Sunday.
who's Ron?
I'm reading the chat.
Oh, okay. I was like, wait a second. I totally forgot.
the
to pull up the chat.
22nd is the 4th Saturday of the month of October. We've already passed the 1st, and
Yeah, hold on.
We'll
I'm
get the
looking to see
9th,
the date for sure.
the 8th.
23rd. Sorry, it's Sunday the 23rd from 10 to 4. And it's now at
swap?
the Hampton Community Center. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's on a Sunday. Yep.
Oh, I thought the 23rd was a Saturday. That's even better. I'm off on Sundays.
Pretty sure
Yeah,
it's a Saturday.
this show's always been on a Sunday,
Sunday?
if I recall.
You're right. It is Sunday. Oh my God,
Yeah.
that's going to be terrible for my wallet.
Well, if you want to
If
help
you-
load in and set up, you let us know.
It also all depends. If the Steelers continue to lose every game this season, it is probably going to be a good idea to come on Sunday.
Did
Yeah.
you know that the Bills have the number 1 pass defense in the league, and
That's
they're going to
crazy.
start Pickett against them. And the last time the Steelers beat the number 1 pass defense with a rookie quarterback was with Ben. So
Well, the Steeler game isn't until 8 that night. So
Oh, there you go. Okay, so
it's
you even
against
got
the
time.
Dolphins. Yeah.
Now,
There may be a Pens game there. Let me check that real quick.
oh, and congratulations to the Pirates for losing another 100 games.
Yep.
Keep it up, Bob.
They
Well-
finished the season the same way they started it, losing to the Cardinals. So
No, they won last night.
Oh, did they win last
They
night?
won last night.
Wow.
Yeah, they actually beat the series the last series against the Cardinals because the Cardinals benched all their good players.
Oh yeah, because they got
So you
they got to
know,
play for something meaningful. Yeah.
Yep. All right. Let's talk about the comics. Because last week we went a little long, and I'm trying to keep the momentum moving forward here.
so we're
a
just
little
gonna do like what,
faster.
2 books each?
Yeah, we'll do
I
2
mean-
books each.
When me and John did it, it was 3, and that's 6. So if each of us do 2, then we're still covering 6 books. Plus, we're not reading something the other person's reading. So I think it'll work out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just
Give me
making
1
sure.
second.
'Cause if I'm doing 2 plus, and then there's 2, carry the 1. Yeah, 6 should come out to be 6 3
All right.
times.
Then I know
2.
which 2 I
Yeah.
will do then. That'll be fine. Which is
All
the
right.
one was really weird. It
Which
caught me
one?
off guard. Ant-Man, the issue 4. It came out this week after last
yeah.
week was issue
Yeah.
3. I can't remember the last time back-to-back weeks.
Well,
a
3 was
series now.
delayed though. So
Oh,
yeah.
so it
Yeah,
was supposed
Because
to,
of paper
Yeah.
shortages or something, right?
Yeah.
Is that what it was? Yeah.
they're still using that excuse?
Yep.
Good Lord.
All right. My first book, who was written by a dude who we had on the show way back in the day before he was officially a comic book writer, Matthew Klein, a good buddy of mine. This book's out by IDW. It is very hard to get right now. Like, there is not a lot left in the company. I think I bought the last one in Elwood. So you have to check it out. So it starts out with a nurse is in a hospital. There's supers that are part of the like something happened. Some soups come in through her ER. She's dealing with it. You find out later that she is a recovering drug addict. And like some of the other people want her to take uppers to get through the day. She goes home. Her boyfriend like ends up having to go out and do something different or do something for his work. She gets a text, goes into this creepy warehouse thing, and you find out that she's actually like the doctor for the mob, or what looks like it might be the mob. I can't really tell if it's the mob or if it's for other soups. She might be like some, I don't know, mental issued night nurse. I'm digging it though. The art's really indie, which I like. The story moved pretty quick, and it's not super slow at all. But I definitely dig it. Make sure you guys check it out.
Can you dig it?
I dig it. You dig.
Who's going?
And that
next,
book
Justin?
actually came out last week, but we didn't
I'll
get
go
a chance
next.
to do.
Okay, I'm eager to hear about Ant-Man. So
All
I
right.
think I have your
Well,
cover. Hold
I will
on,
leave
got your cover.
Ant-Man to my last book. Can we do
Oh,
my other
no.
book? Oh,
All
you
right,
already got
stop
it.
share. Nope, it's cool. I don't know what
Okay.
your other book was, so I don't have a screenshot for it.
Oh, okay. Well, it should be easy to find. This week was a reissue of Tomb of Dracula #1. For those, since we're in the Halloween season, I figured it's appropriate, especially with Werewolf by Night. Does it come out tomorrow? Comes out tomorrow. I
Yep,
believe.
comes out tomorrow. Getting
Okay.
rave reviews.
Yeah. Well, except I heard one critic said it seems like it's a comedy, but everybody else says it's a horror. So I don't know if that one critic was being an ass or what. But
Critics aren't
apparently,
asses ever.
yeah, it's like I don't believe half the critics ever anyway. But hey, but I figured I'd read Tomb of Dracula. I've never read it because, granted, when that originally came out before my time. But I've always been a horror, like classic horror fan myself, so I figured I'd read it.
I did it. Boom, there we go.
There we go. All right. Yeah, there's the reissue of Tomb of Dracula. So
You
for
know who
those,
loves Tomb of Dracula? Ron's wife, I think, loves Tomb of Dracula. He's always picking up Tomb of Dracula's.
well, I was going to say I know for a fact that the book itself has been going for
Like the
buku
real one,
bucks.
you mean? Yeah.
Yes, the original print.
Yeah.
But I read it. It definitely, you could tell it was from the 70s with some of the super cheesy dialogue. But again, the 70s, what do you expect? I keep forgetting that the art was done by shit. I lost the dude's name.
That's where you're supposed to say your mom. You should have said
Yeah.
that to me.
But the art's very, classic. I enjoyed it. Like for never reading the series, like I've read so many other different vampire books. It's an interesting take on Dracula. I like it how it's just kind of continues on, because how many issues of Tomb of Dracula were there? I want to say 40 or 50.
That
say-
sounds right.
I want to say I trust you.
Should we have to look it up here?
It was 70 actually.
Oh, okay, even more than I thought. Okay.
And are you talking about because it's Jerry Conway that did this? And Gene Colan?
Yes. Yeah. That's why like the name was there on the tip of my tongue, and
It's all good. I got you.
yeah. Some of these old school guys, it's some I remember better than others for obvious reasons. But like I said, I like the story. It's very pretty much to the T of 70s Dracula, especially during the movie era. So definitely fits that clip there. And for those who were like, well, why is this book so hot? Well, if the MCU is going to start going towards the horror realm, this is going to pop up somewhere, especially if Blade actually gets done proper with another writer again, apparently. I think that was announced
Yay,
this
more
week.
Blade.
Like, just have Wesley Snipes direct it, and it'll work out.
Oh, so speaking of Wesley Snipes, before I was looking up the covers and stuff for the show, and on my screen, like my Roku was just like doing the pan shit across the TV real slow, and I look up and I see Wesley Snipes and Woody Harrelson because it's White Man Can't Jump, and I was just like, oh man, this movie's awful, but oh yeah, Wesley Snipes is in that.
Yep. Young Wesley, like super young. But yep, that'll be my
What's the first thing
pick.
you think of when you think of young Wesley Snipes?
Hold on.
I think White Man Can't Jump would be the first one that pops in my head usually.
My brain automatically goes to Demolition Man. I don't know why.
Oh, he
I
was
picture-
older then, though.
I know, but he's just like he looked young. He had the overalls. I don't know. It's the first thing I think of.
I was gonna say he did that after Blade, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I don't think
Was
so.
it after or
I think it was
just
before.
White
No,
Man
I
Can't
think-
Jump? That was
No.
No,
We're
White
talking
Man Can't
about,
Jump was early 90s. I know that, early to mid 90s.
when
Demolition
was Demolition Man? Yeah.
Demolition
Demolition-
Man was mid 90s. I'll look it up while you guys.
It was
do your
around like
next pick.
93. I just looked it up
Okay.
93. Okay. So
because
he was
they
still
referenced
young.
Jeffrey Dahmer in the movie.
Oh,
And Blade 1
Blade
was
was
98.
90s. Yeah.
98,
97,
yep.
98. Yeah.
That's still pretty young.
Yeah. It's only a few years in between.
Yeah. Oh yeah, my book.
What you got, Timmy?
Let's let's do. Let's get the poopy one out of the way. How's that sound? Yay! Marauders.
Starts with a.
I keep waiting for this book to get good, and I can't stand it because the first volume in the House of X of Marauders was fantastic. It had points where it was kind of slow, but this is, I'm not digging the art that much. I'm not digging the covers. The story's kind of funky. So now instead of rescuing people from other countries that are mutants that are, being persecuted and bringing them to Krakoa, they're rescuing other mutants throughout time. And
Great.
it's little, it's not, I'm not.
I was going to say, if they're going to do that, is Bishop part of this? Because
well, there was a really
time
cool
travel,
thing.
You got to have them in there.
Bishop is in there. And they just in the last issue, in issue 5, issue 6 was the Axe tie-in. That was boring. Issue 5, they had just rescued from the year 2099 Cerebra. Shadkey Hadid or whatever her name was. She was the one, her powers are she can locate mutants. And then they joked with her that she was like the original Cerebra from the X-Men, so they called her Cerebra. So they rescued her, and she was reborn on Krakoa, so she's part of the team. So there was some cool, interesting like dynamic with her and Bishop on the team. Even a conversation where she's like, kind of neat, huh? Like, I'm from one future, you're from the other, and here we are going all throughout time helping people. But the whole saga starts with the Shi'ar and Eric the Red. You find out he's part of this thing called Kin Crimson, and they were hiding a secret, and the secret was that the Shi'ar had a war with the original mutants called the Threshold way back in their in time, and the secret blood that was spilled that they kept referencing was that the Shi'ar kept losing to these mutants, and they were shamed, so they didn't want anybody to know, so they kept hiding away these secrets so nobody could find them. In this issue, it's a little bit more of the same. It was kind of boring. I don't know. I don't have a whole lot of good things to say about this book. They're not doing as good as they were the first one. The whole going through time and rescuing people. They went back to, Avalon, Magneto's, rock in space. They were fighting Holocaust, which he's now called Nemesis. And then I don't know. It's kind of messy.
Is it me, or is Marvel purposely ruining the X-Men at this point?
No, I love most of the stuff that they're doing. I don't like this. I thought the first volume was really good. Excalibur, amazing. And then Knights of X is just as good. Knights of X is probably one of the better ones. So
I was gonna say, I haven't even looked. I don't think that book's even come in the mills. I think we get
really?
one issue and it's gone. So I never see it.
Okay.
That would be
it's really
good.
Thing. Well, the way Excalibur ended was the mutants were trapped in Otherworld, and then Otherworld outlawed basically mutants from Otherworld, so now they're hunting them down.
Okay.
So yeah. Cool. Yeah.
All right,
Spidey.
Yeah.
Before you say anything, I just want to say I opened this book. I didn't read it yet, and I'm pretty mad, man. It's pretty effed up. You'll talk about it, so I'll let you talk about it. I'm just mad.
That's because you do the flip to the last page thing and ruin everything for yourself.
Well, I flipped through the whole book.
Right.
Now this is an Amazing Spider-Man, right?
No, this is just
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man.
Okay.
But it is a Spider-Verse tie-in.
Correct.
Yeah.
This is the return of Dan Slott and Mark Bagley to Spider-Man. which is awesome. And so it starts out, Peter's working for Norman Osborn. Oh, excuse me. Osborn knows who he is. Osborn calls him to stop an Oscorp truck that got hijacked and has some very important equipment. Quotes. So Spidey goes to help him out. There's a whole lot of awesome meta jokes. Like when one of the bad guys called him Spider-Man. And he's like, you said it too fast. It's not Spider-Man. There's a hyphen in there. And then he sings, he goes, here's so you remember next time, hyphen man, does whatever a hyphen can. Joins a word with a line to another to combined. Like my name, Spider-Man. And I'm just like, oh, Dan Slott writing the meta jokes. This is crazy. Then there's like an evil Madam Web that wants to kill the Spider-Man. There's current Madam Web, Aranya, and Spider UK, I think is what they call her. And they're in the Spider Sanctuary, which is its own pocket universe for just where the spider web, the web of life comes out of, basically. So they send some 616 people to go protect Peter. A portal opens up. Morlun comes out. Before he can get a word out, Spider-Man tries to beat him up. They have an awesome, hilarious fight where Morlun's just wanting to talk to him. And then all the Spider friends show up. So Silk, Miles, and Spider-Woman all show up to help save Peter from Morlun, even though Morlun's not there to do that. And then you see Spider-Man Noir come out, and they're like, oh shit, Spider-Man Noir's here. You're that version of me that carries a gun, and it's weird. But instead of pulling out a gun, he pulls out a knife and he stabs Spider-Woman. And he pulls it back out, and they're like, where's the blood? And they realize that knife cuts her from the web of life.
That was the part that was effed up to me. And
the part that's effed up to me is she just turns into basically spaghetti. It
was kind of like when Reed Richards in Multiverse of Madness came apart.
Yeah. But that part didn't make any sense to me, because it's like, why wouldn't she still exist even though she's not part of the web of life? Unless that Jessica was from a different universe. And then you find out at the end that it's not like a Venom symbiote, but it's definitely a crazy new versions of spider people that you will need to hang out or check out. And that's all I'm going to tell you about it. I can't wait for Ron Friends to complain about this version of May Parker. That's all I'm going to say. So.
Too hot or?
No.
Okay.
In the not good in any kind of way. I can't wait to hear him complain about it. It's going to be great.
The Spider-Man with the hyphen thing, I thought was funny because in Edge of Spider-Verse 4, they have a couple mini stories, and Jordan Blum wrote one, and he introduced the first non-hyphenated Spider-Man. His name was Peter Spiderman. And so to me,
Spiderman.
So I thought that was funny that in this, that was pretty interesting.
That's funny. Oh, and this arc is called Death of the Spider-Verse, which I found interesting. So, and I'll be honest, doing it once was cool, but doing it 7 other times after that was not. It's just, you're kicking a dead horse, and I'm glad he's gonna kill it in a good way. Kill it. No longer happening. Kill it. So
this is my book. Speaking of Jordan and Patton, so I don't know. Did you guys read the first one of this?
I did. It was okay.
Yeah, it's really good in this
Okay.
issue. I want like a Invincible style animated series, and we're only 2 issues in. So the whole setup, um, this young girl is a villain. Her power is that she basically can create anything, but because she had such a terrible youth, she basically makes all kinds of weapons and stuff out of toys. She had always teamed up with her mother, kind of like who's the explodey girl in Spider-Man with her daughter? I can't remember. Anyways, so this all takes place with a bunch of super villains that are kind of like D-list super villains, and this guy right here, which is kind of like their Batman, his sidekick gets killed, Kid Cobalt, or no, what was his name? Kid Dusk, by Stickman, some shitty villain nobody's ever heard of. And
Stickman.
yeah,
There's no hyphen.
and
Stickman.
no hyphen, just Stickman. So their Justice League is basically tearing apart the city and just destroying villains. They want to know where Stickman is at, and she kind of talks these other D-list villains and says, "Hey, let's find him and kill him ourselves." And that's kind of what they're doing in this one. The dude with the purple hat, I'm trying to remember his name. It's like when I watch TV, it takes me like 3 seasons to learn one person's name. The guy with the hat's kind of like their MODOK. He even has like a little like jaggedy purple line on his belt, and he's dressed in yellow and purple. And he has mental powers, sort of. He can see the pieces of scenarios and put them together to find out what the outcome is going to be. So he leads them to this superhero club. They're kind of having an award, and they think that something's going to go down there, where Stickman's going to make another statement by trying to kill somebody else. And when they arrive, Kid Dusk's body in a wheelchair rolls out, all bloody and mangled. He's dead. And that's when their Batman, who I still can't remember his name, he shows up. There's a fight that kind of goes on. If you look at the background characters that this guy draws, a lot of people will not put this attention to detail in the backgrounds. And I'm not talking about just like attention to detail with like, his drawing, like individual characters like that he's drawing. A lot of people will draw background characters on the street and it just looks kind of the same the whole way. All these really interesting individual characters that kind of gave me like a Dick Tracy vibe. Like one guy's face is a thumbprint. And I could totally, and he's in like a hat like that. I could totally see him in like a Dick Tracy. This book is amazing. You guys should definitely read this book. Yeah, Thumbprint Man. So that's it. That's my review.
Okay.
All right.
On to Ant-Man.
Yeah. Ant-Man. So
I got your picture. Wait,
There
I'll
you
pull
go.
it up.
What?
Here we go.
What?
There you go, Ant-Man.
yeah.
I
Actually,
love that this book has had basically the same cover on every single book.
With just a
Yeah,
different
just a-
Ant-Man each time.
yeah,
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
different Ant-Man each time. Now this suit is the future Ant-Man that has been jumping through time. So this is his suit, which is really cool. I love the simplicity of it, the black and red. But I looked up and it was like, oh, here's number 4 already. After last week we did 3, so
Yeah.
I was like, well, might as well do the rest of it here. This is the last of this arcs. Like this was a limited series. There's only 4 issues total. So easy peasy.
Yep.
So apparently the future Ant-Man, the reason he was going back through time was not to interact with the Ant-Man, so to speak. He was more interested in the ants themselves. Apparently, in the future, ants aren't naturally born anymore. They're cloned. Well, the problem with clones is they don't have the natural instinct of being born and being outside, and they're just blab, and they're, they're just taught whatever you teach them, So I guess he was looking for DNA from all the other Ant-Man's ants and somehow integrating it with the ants of the future to give them natural instincts, if that makes sense. Which was kind of interesting. I'm glad it wasn't just about the superheroes, but actually the ants themselves. So that was kind of cool. But as the future Ant-Man is finishing this job, Allfather Ultron decides to make an appearance in this issue, and he starts making trouble, starts messing with the timeline. So he calls forth all the other Ant-Men to help him. He gets Hank Pym involved. He gets Scott Lang involved. I think he gets Electric Ant involved as well. And they kind of join forces. They have a big battle. They defeat him. And that's pretty much it. Like, it's a very cut and dry. It's not really very, deep, so to speak. So it was interesting. And I guess the Allfather Ultron is part Hank Pym. Like they're one and the same.
Oh, is it Pimtron? Like from the end of what was that? Avengers Academy, where it was Age of Ultron, where it was Ultron, but he took over Hank Pym, so it was like Pimtron.
I think that's what it was. It was
Okay.
like they did the whole, well, you're really Hank Pym, you're not Ultron. And they did the whole, well, I'm Hank Pym, or no, I'm Ultron. They did the whole thing, and that's how they kind of beat them as they were battling with each other. So I liked it. I liked the whole series. I liked the art. I'm hoping they do something more with this. The end of the book, it does look like they're going to start a mini series with the Wasp, and I don't know if that's going to directly tie in. Usually if there's Ant-Man, Wasp is involved eventually as well. So I liked it. I think he could have had a little bit more done in general, but hey, I enjoyed the ride. It was short, sweet, fun. I'm not going to complain, considering, there are arcs that last 10, 15, 20 books, so I will take a 4-issue limited fun little ride in the Ant-Man universe. So
Tim, you're muted.
No.
Tim, you're muted.
Hold on.
There we go. Sorry. So did you guys get the lottery number I just gave you? I had an inside tip on the shit. I threw it away. Anyways, you're gonna get a second volume. I think so. He wrote Defenders, Al Ewing. Now he's doing Defenders Beyond, which is right after his Defenders run. And Marvel has this thing right now that they're doing with maybe less popular series, where they're breaking them down into these mini series. Maestro,
Yeah.
3 5-issue minis. And I think it keeps people interested. They can print another number one, add $1 to that cost, and do 30 variants to it. So I think you'll get a second part and probably a third.
I like the Maestro series as a Hulk guy. I
it was
wanted more
great.
Maestro,
Mhm.
you know,
Yep.
especially the whole war and everything in between. That filled in a lot of gaps
Yep.
that for 2 decades we didn't know what the hell, like how he went from regular
Yeah.
Hulk to Maestro. So now we get the general idea how that happened. So
Now give me a hardcover book that has the two original parts with those 15
With all those?
issues. Yeah,
I would pay money for that. I would totally.
I would
pay
too.
for that. Yeah.
Yep.
Definitely.
I dropped 35 on that. I can see it. Nice hardcover.
All right. So apparently, Tim has some kind of crazy story as to why he's not going to be here next week, and then we will go into
Yes.
spoiler central, and we'll do the trailer and the She-Hulk discussion.
Okay. There's a Penguins game on next week, and I missed a bunch of them last year on Thursday, so I'm watching the hockey game. There's my story.
That's so sad.
It-
So speaking of
So
speaking
happy.
of hockey games, since I have a buddy who works for the Penguins, and
What?
specifically is the guy that does the Jumbotron,
Yeah.
my name got to be up there for my birthday.
There
Oh,
you
that's
go.
awesome.
I wasn't even at the game. He sent me a picture of it. It was awesome.
Actually, that's
Yeah.
kind of a dick move. Think about it. It's like, yeah, put your name on the Tron. Sorry you didn't come to the game.
You know,
to see it.
I was gonna try to go to the game, but it just didn't happen. Let me see. I'll try to find the picture, and then I'll show it to
I was
you
gonna
guys.
say you're on vacation. What were you doing?
Oh, I was busy. Like I actually at night I've actually had some stuff I've had to do with my fraternity mostly, but
Oh,
it's been a good time. But I've been sleeping, which is great. By the way, sleep totally not overrated.
Ron doesn't believe me. He thinks I'm lying. I might go to the game. I'm trying to. Tickets aren't very expensive. I'll prove to you, Ron. Let me
show you my digital ticket.
Well, I didn't buy a ticket yet. I might go.
You
They're
should
playing
do
the
it.
Kings.
You should do it.
There we go. So they're playing the Los Angeles Kings, which is I've only seen them play the Kings once, and that was
I was gonna say you'd probably have more fun watching with the Kraken. Because what?
I'd
Is
like
the
to go to one
Kraken's
of those
first
games.
season or second season?
Second, yeah.
Okay.
I'd like to go see the Kraken. The only game I ever saw with the Kings was Fleury's first NHL game. So, which he was outstanding in, and they lost anyways.
Oh, there it is. Hold on.
So that is the real deal. That is the reason
That is
why.
it. That's the real
Yep.
deal Holyfield.
Yep,
Wow.
that's right.
All right, hold on. Let's see if I did this right. Okay, so I have 2 pictures to share with you. The first,
They better not be the ones you sent me earlier, dude, because I don't want to see them again.
no, I meant to send that to Chip. My bad. So this is that one, which is pretty awesome, right?
Yep.
And then the one I get from Scott Smith, my assistant, is that one.
Nice.
Because we were both
That's
giant
awesome.
Wayne's World fans, and
Yeah.
that was probably that had me laughing pretty good.
Nice.
A couple people sent me the Avengers gif where it's like, we're bringing the party to you, and like as the Chitauri giant thing flies by, it's got like a birthday hat on, says happy birthday on the side. That's
Nice.
pretty awesome. But yeah, 41, yay, fun.
On the downside of the hill with the rest of us.
Yep, fun times. So
Yep.
it was it. Yeah, but 42, man, that's the perfect year. So next year will be even better. So perfection.
Yeah.
All right. Did you find that trailer?
Yeah, I found it. You want to watch this trailer?
let's do
It's
that
like
one.
2 minutes. All right.
Yeah, let's do
This
it
is
first.
the trailer for Mario. Screen.
I was gonna say I just watched it before we started this, and I was like, wow, it wowed me. I was like, it's impressive.
It was very impressive. All right, hold on. Full screen that. Can you hear the audio?
I
Yeah.
can. Yeah.
Okay, perfect.
Might want to lower it a tad though.
Behold, the king of the Koopas!
Oh man. So they did like a full like Minions style.
Yep, it's from the same company.
Gates! That is but a taste of our fury. Do you yield? I do not.
Damn.
I finally found it. Now who's gonna stop me?
What is this place?
Do not touch that mushroom, you'll die! Oh, I'm sorry. That one's perfectly fine. Come on, Mario!
Mushroom Kingdom, here we come!
Wait. So where's Luigi? Oh, there he is.
Right there. Ask and you shall receive there.
I was just like, wait a minute. How did Mario only come to find the Mushroom Kingdom, and then like Toad just takes him off for shit? And I'm just like, well, where the hell's Luigi? And I'm like, oh, never mind. So is Luigi like, does he like go back to get him to like bring him in there? Or does Luigi also happen to hit? So, but I guess we'll find out.
So Jack Black is Bowser,
hmm
and Charlie Day, I'm pretty sure, is Toad.
Yeah,
It sounded like him.
yeah.
So,
No, Charlie Day's Luigi.
oh, is he? Okay.
Well, let's see here.
I think it looks amazing.
I was gonna say that animation that reminds me of like the World of Warcraft cuts that Blizzard does for their games.
Yeah.
Realistic as it can be for animation.
What? Yeah, Charlie
Yeah.
Day is definitely Luigi.
Yeah.
Okay.
Chris Pratt's Mario, Anya
Mhm.
Taylor-Joy is Princess Peach. Keegan Michael Key is Toad. Seth Rogen is Donkey Kong. Fred Armisen is Armisen is Cranky Kong.
Wow, they're going to introduce like the Kong family.
Yep. So
They
Interesting.
could have did a whole other movie with that.
I was going to say, you know, they will.
Yeah.
They'll spin it off.
well, they might only get
Well,
one
this
shot
is
at this.
this is
but-
getting ready though, like for what Universal and Nintendo are
Yeah.
doing that theme park down in Orlando.
Yep. This is the way
It's-
you do. I mean, you do a Mario movie and
Yeah.
animated. Don't try
Yeah.
live action.
Yeah.
We've seen it. It's awful.
You mean John Leguizamo is
Shut up,
not a
it was
good-looking
awesome.
Mario?
It had the had one of the best elevator scenes I've ever seen, and to this day, whenever I get into the elevator with people and there's music playing, I just want to start dancing.
It's a terrible movie, John.
It was-
It's not a terrible movie like the good terrible movies. Like,
It is a good terrible movie.
mm,
Come on.
Although people are complaining about the Mario, like they were the Sonic, not
Yeah.
the facial features,
the
but
voice.
his ass. They're
Oh, yeah.
complaining about his butt not being big enough.
Yeah, it's super flat. Did you
I'm
see
like,
it?
really? Of all the things to complain about, that was
Yeah.
perfect. Ooh, his ass is too flat.
Well, you know how fans are.
Dude, stop hanging out in your mom's basement. I know I'm
Yeah.
banging her, but please stop it. God. These criticisms are killing me. I don't know how old you are, but could you possibly complain like a 5-year-old anymore? I mean,
He does kind of have like no butt,
well, they could fix that.
but he's also wearing
But also, who
overalls,
cares?
and it's hard to fill out overalls sometimes.
I just think it's
I was gonna say, if that is your biggest complaint
Yeah, I
about
don't really
all
care.
of that,
yeah.
holy cow.
right.
I'm still not from the little bit that we heard of Chris Pratt. I'm still not sold on the Mario voice, but it didn't sound terrible. It didn't wow me, but it didn't sound terrible. So when we see like the next trailer,
I
we'll
like
probably
it
get
because he's not Mario.
it's not. It is
And that's
not.
what I like about it.
Couldn't get Captain Albano to do the voice.
Right?
Did you know that? Who told me this? Somebody told me this today. Mario and Luigi weren't plumbers until they did that live action afternoon show, and that's
Mhm.
when they first became plumbers.
No, they were always plumbers. Because the original Mario Brother game, they
Uh-huh.
were plumbers at that point. And that was well before that.
I don't
Uh,
remember them being plumbers. I just remember
I
them
thought they were
going
like-
down pipes.
I think they're supposed to be originally were supposed to just be like a handyman because they used like hammers and
Yeah.
shit. Because in Donkey Kong, which was the first game they were actually in, Mario just has hammers and he's dressed the same. He's just supposed to be like a handyman. So, but all right. Either way, it looks pretty good. I'm excited. I can't wait to see more.
So he wasn't,
sh-
but then Nintendo officially reinstated him as a plumber in the 1983 arcade game Mario Brothers.
Okay.
So
it
he
was
wasn't, and then they were
They
like,
said-
yeah, okay, we're gonna say he was, because they wanted to go back all
1983.
as far back as they can.
So
yeah.
that's 5 years before the TV show.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, that's the original.
Well, yeah, the first time Luigi showed up because it was just Mario and Donkey Kong because that was a one-player game.
yeah.
So
So do we want to talk about the other trailer? The
Which one?
Black Panther trailer.
oh yeah, we
yeah.
can talk about that too.
I can pull that up
Yes.
because they don't seem to care when we stream other people's YouTube things like trailers. But what were we streaming the one day?
Oh, we're
The
streaming
Boys?
something off of Amazon. Yeah.
It was The Boys. Yeah.
Think we
Well,
gotta
it's
be-
because like YouTube, they check to make sure you have the rights before they let you stream it at all. So
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I gotta say that the trailer puts a lot of more perspective on everything,
mhm.
which we knew it was going to, because we got the snippet mini trailer before.
Yeah.
So I'm glad they flushed it out without giving away everything, which I
Yeah.
appreciate.
You get to see little bits, a little bit more of things that you wanted to see, but they don't like give it all to you like they've
Yeah.
been in the past.
Yeah.
So
And I like how they explained the Mayan look to Namor,
mhm.
and it makes a heck of a lot more sense now with the drawings and all that, and
Yeah,
them referring to that Mayan god, the Feathered Serpent God, which
Yeah,
is a legit lore. It's a
Right.
legit myth.
I had this fight with my friend the other day of no, really, they're still Atlanteans. They're just not called Atlanteans. He's like,
Yeah.
no, they're like the whatever they're called, like the Talons or Talcons or something. And like, right, but they just changed their name so that they would not be confused with the DC Atlanteans.
Yes.
But they're still
Again,
the Atlanteans. It's
yeah.
still Atlantis. Like it's just like
Again,
no, they're Mayan now, and I'm just like, oh my god.
This is Marvel's fault for not doing Namor early to begin with and not beating out Aquaman.
Well, to be fair, they wouldn't have been able to pull it off like that.
Well, it wasn't Namor.
I think they're
part
going
of
to
the
pull it off well now.
Fox. He was part of the Fox thing, so they couldn't
Yeah.
have done it even if they wanted to. So again, that is Marvel's fault also for selling off the rights to Fox. So it's coming around of, okay, you're going to have to adjust some stuff. Okay, let's do this mythological. It still fits like the timelines. It's still ancient. I think it kind of looks better than him in just plain butt shorts and
What? You don't like the butt shorts?
not really. It's not my.
Should I just play the trailer?
Play the trailer.
Yeah,
Thank
go
you.
ahead.
I'm gonna ruin for everybody. Check out, watch those creepy Aquaman ankle wings. I don't know why it bothers me, but it bothers me. In it, not because it's stupid, because it's just weird. I never thought about the flapping until this.
You never thought they flapped? What the hell?
No, I just never thought into it too much. Like that, like, oh yeah, there he is flapping
Their
away.
wings. What do you
know?
think they do?
At least you're
Look,
saying,
dude,
at least
I
you
don't
put the
know.
L in that word, and you're not just like, there he is, fapping away. Like, there's no invisible woman in this movie, so.
Only the most broken people can be great leaders.
Megalodon
His people did not call him general or king. They called him Kukul Khan, the Feathered Serpent God. Killing him will risk eternal war.
He's coming for the surface world.
We know what you whisper. They have lost their protector. Now is our time to strike. Show them who we are.
There we go.
So I'm putting it out there that I don't think Namor's actually the bad guy. I think it's going to be a Tuma.
Oh
I-
yeah,
Oh, yeah, that's probably what it's going to be. Well, Atuma slash Doom being the puppeteer in the background. I think. I'm still putting money on you're going to see Doom in the end credit scene. One of the end credit scenes.
yeah.
Going to be
Agreed.
one of those guys that causes the whole government bullshit that we see with confronting the Wakandans and everything. I think that's going to be that's like the take that I see. I'm also going to put this out there too. You're going to see not only vibranium, you're going to see adamantium. I think this is where we're going to see that, and then maybe a little sprinkle of mutant X-Men. You know, maybe
Well, I
a
mean,
little bit
they
of
already confirmed
Wolverine.
he's a mutant, so
Yeah,
and
but
Kamala.
it's going to be more. It's going to add to the growing list of mutants to
Yeah.
the thing there. But I think you're going to see a little bit more X-Men. You're going to see a little bit more Fantastic Four. Like this is going to sprout.
Yeah.
Like this might be that movie that's like people are like, oh, that's where all these little things started from. So
Mhm.
We had another Wolverine reference in She-Hulk today too.
yes, we did.
Second one.
Did we? I think I missed the
Yeah,
Wolverine reference.
Her friend jumped out and she had silverware in between her hands, like claws.
No, makeup-
yeah.
makeup
The
brushes.
makeup stuff. Right.
Oh,
right.
makeup brushes. Yeah.
I did see that.
Yeah.
So I guess we're moving on to She-Hulk now.
Yeah.
See how the transition works? Yeah, that's
Yeah.
seamless.
There we go.
I mean, I'm still loving this show. Like, I think that I think this show will be a lot better for people in binge because it's very like it's not enough to really keep a lot of people's attention for the half hour, but I think in binge style this will actually be very good because it moves quick and it gets to this point. But our buddy in red and gold showed up finally.
Mustard and ketchup.
Yep. Exactly.
Walk of shame. That's all I got to say.
That was the best part.
That was the best part of the whole
That was the
episode.
best part of the whole episode.
And so on Twitter, there was one where it's like She-Hulk's neighbor and like their whole apartment is shaking. She's like trying to put makeup on. It's hilarious. It's so funny. So, but did you notice the intelligentsia have masks that look a lot like MODOK?
Uh-huh.
So
we're doing
probably
MODOK, or are we still thinking the leader as well?
I still think the leader, but I mean, they could both be involved, you know, because they're both smart people. So maybe instead of AIM and something different, it's just the intelligentsia, like these two great minds, you know, working together. So that would be this. Was nice to see Daredevil again. They played a little bit of the Netflix music, which they probably had to pay for. So
it probably came with the show, I imagine.
I mean,
little bit of the hall fight.
Yeah,
that was good.
Yeah.
So,
I like those nods.
So not disappointing. I think people would have been more disappointed if it was just more
like
if he was just a sitcom and him as just lawyer with no costume appearance whatsoever.
Yeah,
even though we did get to see the snippet before, that's not always guaranteed.
Yeah,
you know?
Well, they showed a clip. They put a clip out yesterday, which was the scene with the car at the top of the parking lot, and it was like a 30-second clip. And I was like, oh man, you watch, that's going to be like all of him in the show. And it wasn't. So I was happy with, that he was in the show a good bit. It was cool because they CG'd some fight moves for him. So you got a little bit more acrobatic style than you did just like the street brawler in
Yeah,
in the
like
Netflix
the
series.
like the parkouring off the side of the parking
Yeah,
garage.
exactly.
Like that
Yep.
was very like Chris Samney style.
Yeah,
Like that reminded
yeah.
me a lot of that Chris Samney stuff. So
Yep.
oh, it's so good. Like the show,
Well,
I've been enjoying it.
Okay.
But
Sad
Frogman
Panda.
was probably
Oh yeah.
he was also like, I have to say, this is probably the most complete episode where you enjoyed it from beginning to end, where
Yeah.
it was like, okay, Frogman the joke, you're still a joke.
Yeah.
You know, I love the, you know, the little Batman references throughout the thing there
Yeah.
of, you know.
You know, I think I have a Frogman first appearance because it's like a Marvel Tales or something, or it's
No,
like
it's a Daredevil.
I thought it was I thought it was a
Daredevil.
Spider-Man.
It's a Daredevil 25, I think. Something like
it?
that.
I
Yeah.
still might own it.
Yeah.
Let me look here.
I don't know. I was thinking like a Spider-Man annual or something, but you might be right.
Marvel Team Up
was-
21, motherfucker.
Oh. There's
Holy
no need
shit,
for
that's like a
that.
$30 book.
Thanks, Frogger.
Right?
I love that he had the games too. He just had like all the frog-related arcade games.
That was great. She
Yeah.
lifted it up, and he's like, "Hey, that's a vintage."
I just want to say, I know you guys are enjoying it. It took
Leapfrog
them-
was
Leapfrog.
Daredevil 25.
Okay,
And that was the Frogman's dad in the
okay.
comics.
Okay.
Yeah.
It took them putting
Well, he called
Daredevil
him. He
in
called
it
himself
for me
both,
to enjoy
did he
it.
not?
But
Right.
he did reference himself as, or reference both. Yeah.
Yeah. So we were both right, John. We tie.
Fair.
Congratulations. Zip up.
Hey yo. So, but
Well-
I just thought this episode was everything I wanted it to be. The fourth wall breaks were perfect. The fight scenes were great. The action was good. The humor was appropriately amount. So it was good.
Yeah. I didn't like the Intelligente reveal using basically like a sex tape to embarrass her, to enrage her.
Yeah, I thought they
I-
could have
I-
picked something else to do that with. but
Something
yeah.
a little bit more tasteful probably would have been better.
Yeah.
Because that hits home to that's a huge issue right now with females all over the world.
Well, it's probably why they did
X
it.
doing that.
This
Yeah.
whole
Yeah.
this whole season's been using like
Yeah, but it's
real
still
life
not.
stuff.
I still don't like it. It still made me feel sick watching.
Oh,
it.
yeah.
Like,
But that's probably what they're going for too. You know what I mean? They want you to feel sick about it. And
yeah.
if you feel sick about it, then that means you're one of the good people. If you sat
You're a
there and you were
decent
like,
human
yeah,
being.
let me see more, then you're a piece of shit, you know? So
But
Yeah, I enjoyed it though. I thought it was good.
I see damage control back in the limelight again.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll see what this last episode entails here. I don't know where they're going to go with it, to be honest. Are they just going to totally demonize her like they did with Bruce, or are they going to figure out exactly what happened and she comes out on top? Or is it somewhere in the middle where it's like, yeah, she gets exonerated, but she loses her job, so
it was
I
nice
guess
to
I'm
see
just
that
going to be a
rage,
superhero.
you know,
Yeah.
from a Hulk.
And I was gonna say it was really nice the way they used that specific dress, and when they had her break through the front, it was an homage to Savage She-Hulk 1.
Yeah,
The
with
cover.
it kind of torn.
Because it kind of looks like the cover where she's standing out there and she's all like angry Hulk.
Yeah.
I like
that was nice to see. Did anybody watch Game of Thrones?
I got caught up. So
you watched this past Sunday's episode?
yes, if it's the
This was-
one that the time skip where the kids are older.
And the dude gets the eye.
Yeah, the one.
Flash.
The one.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
I don't want to give too much up, but that was the best episode of the season so far. And now I'm a
Yeah.
little bummed because they're doing a time jump again next week.
Yeah.
So
Well, it's going to. You don't want to do it. If you go too slow, people are going to lose interest. That's the way I look at it.
yeah, you can go slow, but like if you're going to do these time jumps, I mean, they're not changing other characters, but like you're liking these certain characters for 3 episodes, and then they're different actors when you go 2 years ahead, and then you watch 2 episodes, and you're like, okay, I like those actors, and then they jump ahead, and now there's different actors, and it's just kind of like it ruins the flow of the show for me a little bit.
You can only do so much makeup effects before,
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't really, and I don't think they want to do too much CGI either. I think they're learning from Marvel's.
Well, they needed it all for the
mistakes
dragons.
there. Yeah, they're learning from Marvel's
which looked
mistakes
great.
of that. So,
Yeah.
but I'm still not into it, to be honest. Compared to the original, where the original,
for sure.
you got attached to like the Starks. You like the Stark family from the beginning, and then the tragedy, and then they get their redemption.
Mhm.
Like, I think that's what most people loved about Game of Thrones is that
This
part.
is like
This
I
is-
hate that person. I hate that person. I hate that person more.
Yeah, this is more. This is more like infighting family type shit, and I'm not a big fan of that. As someone who's gone through that in real life, that doesn't appeal to me. I'm like, yeah,
I mean,
I felt like this in my family before, and I'm like,
I'll give it
Yeah.
to it had I got my brother got his eye cut out. It was pretty rough. So I'll
Did he
give
get
it
a
the full
dragon, though?
season.
Did he get a
No,
dragon?
he did
for
not.
it?
He did
Okay.
not. No. he got a iguana. So
Slightly smaller dragon,
yeah.
but no, it's okay. I just don't think it's going to reach the heights of the OG.
No.
But maybe
But
that means
not-
that it's not going to get as bad as the OG got when it ends, where it's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, what is this garbage in the last season type stuff.
I don't think it's going to
So-
stop them from expanding that universe either, because they have like 6 other shows ready to go.
Yeah,
So,
but
but
they're going
we'll
to
have
do
to
what they
do
want.
we'll have to do like a whole Game of Thrones episode, maybe like at the end of the season, and just talk about the season.
If we're gonna do
Yeah.
that, we might as well invite Steph on it, since she was the resident
We could do that.
hardcore Game of Thrones.
We could do that. So, well, I'm tired.
Yup.
It's been a Thursday.
Cool.
We
Well,
toughed
thanks
it out.
everybody for hanging out and joining us this week. It's been a blast.
As always.
Truth. So yeah, join us next week. We have a special guest, and then we'll be skipping a week. We'll see you back in November. So Thursday, Warriors. What?
November.
Sorry. Woo.
No.
Yeah. No, I'm right. Yeah. I
No,
am right.
I'm not
right?
saying you're wrong. I'm saying
Whoa.
So
holy
we're,
shit,
we're
November.
doing
like,
next.
wait, no, it's
we're
not
doing
wrong.
next week, skipping the week after.
Yep.
No, we'd still be in October, so we're skipping 2 weeks, John.
Oh, hold on. Then no, that can't be right.
Because it's remember.
Oh,
we're
yeah,
only
yeah,
the
sorry,
first full
sorry.
week in October.
We have,
Oh, yeah, we did
sorry,
the 20
we have two.
the
We have the one on
27th.
the 20th too. The 27th is the one we're skipping.
So we got
Ah,
2
okay.
weeks to go, and then
Yeah,
we
yeah,
skip
yeah,
a week.
yeah. My bad. Sorry. Woo,
Vacation fog brain there, sir.
I just want to get this year over with. What can I say? So, all right, cool. Well,
All
thanks
right.
guys
All right,
for
guys.
watching. We'll catch you next time.
See
Peace.
ya.